This is Linda Maddox. We're at the LaSalle Veterans Home. It's May 5th, and I am interviewing Chester Proszowski. Proszowski. Is that there? So this is a picture of you when you were 18 and entered the Coast Guard. So is that the branch of service you were in?
Yes. See, but I was drafted.
You were drafted?
Yeah.
Into the Coast Guard. Well, I didn't know the Coast Guard drafted.
Well, that's the way it is, like, I think they were getting ready for the invasion of France.
Okay.
So they could,
So they needed more support in the water.
could be.
Mm-hmm. So you were drafted. What year was that you were drafted? You don't remember? But it was in the 40s, right?
Yes.
You were in World War II.
Yes.
Okay. So you were drafted into the Coast Guard. Did you have anything like basic training or boot camp?
Oh, yes, yes. They, when I got drafted, they they sent me to New York. There's a Coast Guard like boot camp.
Okay.
It's by the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's close to Coney Island. And then I went. When I got out of there, I went to. See, I can't remember things, but I went to Virginia. Virginia.
Virginia, okay.
Yeah. I stayed there about 10 months, not 10 months, about 2 months. And then I went aboard a ship. The ship was APA 13, Dickman.
Okay.
And
Oh, wow.
and I stayed there till I got sent home after the war. And we hit Normandy.
You were at Normandy?
Yes, first wave. We carried 45 LCVPs. That's where they took the men for the invasion.
Mm-hmm.
And I was aboard. We had a four-man crew, and then we lost 8 boats in the Normandy invasion, and one of the boys in my boat got killed. And it because that Normandy was a big invasion.
Oh, definitely.
And I think then that was June 5th or something. And then June, July, August. August we hit another invasion. That was southern France. And then we went, but at that time, the time was going. At that time, I got sent home 7 days from there.
For like a pass?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
for 7 days. And then I went back to the ship, and that was in, I forget where. And then we went to southern, we started going to, Pacific, because we're at the Atlantic,
Uh-huh.
and we hit Pacific, where we got our for that time, and we hit Okinawa,
Wow.
and it was 3 invasions,
Mhm.
and it was all aboard the ship. I think I stayed there 27 months aboard that ship. It was a good life, just like over here. Real good, real good. And and after that, we like come home. But
So I want to make sure I understand. So when you went to Normandy, you were on the ship that was carrying the troops.
yes,
And did you also you had their crafts that they went onto
yeah.
the
See,
shore
our ship carried 47, 47, 40, yeah, 47 LCVPs, the little one,
with? Yeah.
because we carried 2,000 troops.
Wow. So all those troops were on your ship.
Yes. And then when we hit that Normandy, there was a front of I think 27 miles, because it was just nice us, America, then there was other guys
Mhm.
and all of them. And
So how close could you get to shore to let them out? How close did your ship
all
get?
all the way, well, not the ship. The ship stayed out, but the boats.
And so you were driving one of the little boats?
No, I was a bow hook. I was
Okay.
There was 4 men aboard that the over there. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I was a bow hook, where
Okay.
you just like open that door,
Uh-huh.
and then
So then when the little ship went up, or the little boat went up, and the troops got out, then would you go back and get more?
yes,
Okay.
yes. But like our boats, we lost 8 boats. And one of the boats was ours. We lost. So then I tried to get back to the ship, which I did.
So you just had to swim back? Or?
No, no, no. I seen smaller boats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, where we were from. Because there was a lot of boats and ships.
Mhm.
Because we had battle wagons and everybody there. Because I was a big one. They tried to get it, whatever. And and then we went to,
Then you said you went to another battle in France?
yeah, southern France, where we took troops there. But before, at after the invasion, we started coming back and bring more troops. About three last week or somewhere, because always, just
You would just keep taking them, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
bring them.
Hmm.
And then we hit southern France, and then in the Pacific we hit Okinawa.
How did you feel when you were like at Normandy and southern France and Okinawa?
Well, I'll tell you what. At Normandy, we didn't know nothing. We were young kids,
Mm-hmm.
and it was okay, But when I was going to southern France, I was scared.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, because at the first time, it's nothing. But then next time, the Galactic got killed. We lost our boat.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're getting scared.
Yeah, then you knew more.
Yeah, more or less. And then when we hit Okinawa, it was we're like veterans already. It's but But aboard the ship, I had all different duties. You know, every 1 month I had helping the chiefs for breakfast or supper or dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Everything different.
Hmm. So how did you like being on the ship that long? Was that okay?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I missed my family,
Uh-huh.
but it was real good, real good.
Good.
I liked it.
You said you were somewhere for 27 months?
The ship,
On the
aboard
ship.
the ship.
That's a long time.
Wow.
Did the ship dock anywhere and you could go
Oh
like
yeah,
on R&R?
yeah. We like at the beginning, we had Italy, and in Italy we seen go, the the priest, not a priest, but a father. He took us all over, sometimes for uh, I can't remember things.
Mm-hmm.
But at Italy, and then we went in Africa because we were going all over.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you were pretty well received by the people in the countries where you were.
Well, yes, because they all wanted us because you know, and we had money. That's what I mean. And I don't because I think I was only getting $75 a month,
Wow.
and
Doesn't sound like much now, does
no,
it?
and then at when we went somewhere, we because cigarettes we got, I think, 50 cents a carton,
Wow.
and then we when we went town, we got $30 from the people, because
For the
that's
cigarettes.
yeah,
For the carton of cigarettes.
because that's all like all over here. Everything is what do you call that? Like where where you where you get the money. It's whatever.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I 27 months aboard that ship, and I never got a leave.
So you didn't get to come home that whole time?
No, just that one time
Uh-huh.
for
For
seven.
the 7 days?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then when we come back after the war, they gave us, I think, Monsieur, what do you call that? The state. I think I got $300 for not getting leave.
Uh-huh. Huh. So when you had that 7 days that you did get to come home, how hard was it to go back?
No, that was still good,
Really?
because I was going. That tell you the truth, that was like a vacation.
Huh.
You know, a vacation because aboard that ship, things were good.
Mm-hmm.
Some people didn't like it. I did. I liked it. Like I over here, I like this place.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys they want to get out or this or that, and like I said, it was pretty good, real good.
How many countries do you think you saw while you were on board ship? I know you saw France and Italy and
Here's all the
Okinawa.
here's them
Yeah.
where you went all over.
Asiatic Pacific.
Yeah,
And European, African, Middle East. Wow.
that's all over, all over.
Mm-hmm. So when you were at Okinawa, um, how long were you in that area? Do you remember for very long, or?
Well, see, Okinawa, we hit. We gave them the troops,
Mm-hmm.
and then our boat, and most of our boats, they had to go to other different ships and get the supplies or other men, you know. I think we stayed there in the boat. I think 14 days where we were just getting supplies and this and that. And Okinawa wasn't bad at all, you know. Like Germany was different, you know. With that.
Right. Right. So did you make any friendships while you were on the boat?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you know, we had a crew of 600.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, and because that boat was big, and like I said, you made friends. Like most of the times, sure, most of the times we had about four of us. We played pinochle for a lot of years. Not years, but yeah, 2 years
Yeah,
or three.
yeah.
We played pinochle, and the food was always good.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, because we had good cooks. We got bakers and everything.
So were the men that were on the ship with you, did they stay the same, or did they come and go, or?
No, I see when we uh, got aboard that ship, the guys were leaving. They were from Italy, uh, Salerno. They had about 3 or 4 invasions, and they were coming home.
Uh-huh.
And that's when we got in.
Okay.
And that's we we got uh, we went to like around England and this and Scott. Oh, that's why I got pictures of Scotland where I got that what do you
The
call
kilt?
it? Yeah,
Really? Huh.
yeah, and then we were always going with the troops for it to invade
Uh-huh.
and the Germans, and that was well, like I said, we had a front 27 miles. That's a lot of
That's a lot of area.
yeah, because we they took a lot of troops, you know.
So you could probably see some of the fighting that was going on when you were doing that,
I
couldn't
was
you?
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. Like I said,
So, and one of the guys in yours got killed, right?
in our boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we lost our boat.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it was that we had so many big boats and everything. Them Jordan couldn't do nothing more or less until, and then all the guys went in were at Patton's army and all day through the whole France and this and to Germany.
Wow. So, did you get any? You weren't injured any, though, were
No,
you? Okay.
no.
And you got these were your medals and ribbons, right?
Yeah,
So you were on the USS Joseph T. Dickman APA 13,
yes,
and you got the Asiatic Pacific ribbon, the American Area Campaign, and the European African Middle East medals. Wow. So what were you doing before you went to the service?
well, you know, things at that time things were poor,
Mm-hmm.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
with that. And I went to work.
Mhm.
I think it's $12 an hour a week,
Wow.
and then
So were you able to finish high school first, or did you
no,
quit school? You.
I went to work.
Mhm.
I had two years of high school,
Mhm.
2 years.
But that was pretty common for that time.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. Like I said, things were rough at that
Right.
time
Right.
because that was like, what is it? When I went to the service.
In the early 40s, it looks like.
Yeah,
Weren't too far out of the Depression then.
that's where it was
Mhm.
at
Mhm.
that time.
Mhm. So you were drafted.
Yeah,
So you didn't get to pick your branch of service, did you?
yeah, Coast Guard.
Oh, you got to pick that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yes.
Okay.
See,
Okay.
that's when they drafted us. Well, everybody, who got drafted. That they first they said, do you want? You don't say you want. They put you Army, Navy, and I think the
Air Force?
yeah,
Mhm.
and Coast Guard.
Mhm.
So we didn't know nothing. We said we figured Coast Guard was aboard the ship
Mhm.
and Navy.
Mhm.
And that's because at that time, Coast Guard, Navy was the same, more or less same
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, yeah, they both say or served the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were basically the same, just different names. Mhm. So when you got out of the service and came home, what did you do?
Well, the first thing you do is you look for a job. And then I got a job,
Mhm.
and I went and I worked there for 35 years.
Wow.
Because at that time, you got a job, you stayed at that.
Mhm.
Like over here, now you got this, this, this.
Mhm.
And it was, we were doing, what do you call that? It was Miss McDonald and Miller. We were safety valve for boilers.
Okay. Mhm.
That's why I stayed there 35 years.
Uh-huh.
And, and then I was getting older.
Mhm.
Now I'm 87.
Well, you don't look 87.
Nah, yeah,
And you got a lot of girlfriends.
I, you gotta do things. I'm here, and I'll tell you one thing. There's a lot of guys that are here that's not there. Me, I get in trouble and everything.
That's how you stay young.
I know, but like I said, I like this place,
Mhm.
and my daughter, because I got divorced years ago, and then my daughter comes here because she comes from Woodridge. That's
Okay.
about 85 miles from
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
And she goes and she comes, more where she could. And then she got a daughter that's married and has three boys. Three
Mhm.
boys.
Mhm.
They're, what are they? 8, I think 5 and 4.
Wow.
And, and I just went there for Mother's Day,
Mhm.
and like for me, things are good.
Good.
Believe me,
Good.
I know all these big shots. No, I know this one guy, Sergio. He's number 2 man in the state.
I've heard that name. I couldn't tell you what he did, but I've heard that name. Yeah. Mm.
And there's another guy, I forget his name. He's number 1 in the state.
So you look like you might have gotten into some trouble when you were younger. Just
No.
no. Did you ever pull any pranks?
Oh, probably, yeah, yeah.
You
But
look like you might have.
oh yeah, but in trouble. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I didn't get a good contact model. It was not that easy or whatever. Because the one time aboard the ship, we were going for where they and not examine, you know, their oh, and I was getting a haircut by one of the guys, and he got it bad or something, and I got put on report.
Hmm.
But the other thing was good,
Yeah.
good.
I didn't mean trouble, trouble. I meant fun trouble.
No, never trouble.
Yeah.
And then another things, you know, like years ago, when we got out of the service, all we did was smoke and drink because there was no TV
Mhm.
or this. You
Mhm.
went to work and then you smoked.
Mhm. That was pretty much the way it was.
Yeah.
Mhm. So did you keep up with any of the guys you served with?
No,
No.
nobody.
Hmm.
Because nobody was there like from Chicago. You know, there
Right.
was from all.
From all over the
Yeah.
United States, right?
I knew a lot of guys from New York. I was, but we were buddies.
Mhm.
And but
But
no,
once you left the service, it was hard to keep up with them, I would
no,
think.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Um, there was something else I wanted to ask. Now I forgot. So you were originally from Chicago?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And that's where you came back to, around Chicago. Been in Illinois all your life except for the service, huh?
yeah.
All right.
But like I said, the surge was good. Everything was good. Still
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
87 years old,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I don't drink, but they give me a beer a day. O'Doul's. Did you ever hear of O'Doul's?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's no alcohol.
Right, right. It tastes like beer, but there is no
Yeah,
alcohol, right? Yeah. Yeah.
sitting over here, and then I all got all my girls.
Yeah.
See, these girls, they all help me. Like I go in therapy.
Mhm.
Therapy is the when I came here, I was real bad, the leg and this, and that one girl, Twyla, she helped me always. She still does.
Mhm.
And there's four girls at therapy. They all help. And
Good.
and the other ones, there's because this is a big place, big
It
place.
is. It is very big.
And like I said, so the way you could do it, you gotta behave, not behave, but try to be real good,
Mhm.
real good.
Well, it looks like you've adjusted quite well to living here.
I always did, you know, from like, about that ship and even home, I was pretty good, you
Mhm.
know.
Mhm.
I have two brothers, and they're both dead. My mother and father are dead.
Mhm.
I'm the only one that's living.
Mhm. Hmm. Well.
And then I bought a house. Me and my brother. We bought a house for 35,000. That is, I think it was in 68, and then I sold it for 180,
That's good return there.
and I gave the money all the to my brother's two kids, my daughter,
Mhm.
and theirs.
was nice.
Well,
That sounds like you had a pretty good investment there.
yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, but now the houses are real bad. With solid, buying or solid, the money's not there no more.
No, it's not. It's not. So it's good you sold yours when you did.
Yeah, come home, come here.
Well, can you think of anything else you want to tell me about your service?
Like I said, we went all over, most of the time at this, no, the Atlantic, we had uh, Italy, Serrano, no, that's England, and then France, and then in the Pacific, there was the islands. We always had something to do over there. We're do something, and there's like 27 months or 27 or whatever.
Yeah,
It was,
that's sounds like you made the best of it.
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the way you have to do. That's wonderful.
And I'm glad I'm here, believe me,
Good.
because I never heard of South. You know, we were in Chicago always from north. We'd go fishing north, and never south. And the kids, I never heard of this place.
Right.